of the questions talk about how you treat Oussama in your presentation tonight. And it sounds as if you're a friend of Oussama instead of a foe. Please explain further of your present position, which seems to justify the New York Times criticism.
Well, I think he's an extraordinary man. I think if you look back at our own world, our own society, there's no man who has changed our history for the worse more in the last 50 years than Oussama bin Laden. And that strikes me as a foe we perhaps ought to understand and respect in order to annihilate him. Not unlike, I've always thought a very good analogy is the attitude the Allies took toward Rommel during World War II, or toward Yamamoto on the Japanese side. They were very respectful of the enemy's talents and finally understood him enough to kill him, or to defeat him anyway. Bin Laden is an absolutely unique historical figure in the contemporary world. We have all watched, for example, the Palestinians, all of whom are of the same ethnic derivation. They all speak the same language. They can't get from one side of the street to the other without arguing for 6 months. Bin Laden's organization is multi-ethnic, multilingual. It is absolutely unprecedented in the Muslim world. This is a man who is, though we don't like to admit it, cut very much from the cloth of Islamic history, of Muslim heroes. He is unpretentious. He is not flamboyant. He speaks Arabic that is said to be poetic. He has been wounded in combat 4 times. He has a tremendous cachet in a very poor Muslim world as a man who gave up being heir to a $20 billion fortune, or at least part of it, to drink Afghan water and fight for 25 years. He's someone who needs to be respected before we can defeat him. And I also, frankly, will tell you that he does what he says he's going to do. America has not had, since Ho Chi Minh and General Giap, an enemy who is so intent on having us understand what this war is about, why it's being fought, and how long it will go on. And one of the things I have tried to do in all my books is to draw a correlation between what he has said and what his forces have said and what they've done. And it's a remarkable correlation. It's in the 80% range. If they say they're going to do something, they're going to do it. So laughing at him, ridiculing him, saying that he's running from rock to rock and cave to cave is all good fun, and Americans have always made fun of their enemies. But where has it gotten us so far? We're losing 2 wars at the moment. Take a look at how does he explain his war goals, how to defeat the Americans? Simply, 3 simple phrases: bleed the Americans to bankruptcy, spread their forces worldwide to the point of ineffectiveness, and destroy their domestic political unity. That's not a bad description of where we stand at the moment. And if you're going to treat someone who has brought us, with our own help, to that point, with just contempt and ridicule, I think you will underestimate the enemy for.
وجنان عاد لا ينال رحابها إلا شهيدا طاب مسعاه الحميد